Good afternoon and welcome back to Digital Deceptions. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court is hearing an oral argument in a case that strikes at the very heart of America's systems of checks and balances, a fight that could hand the president unprecedented power over the regulatory state. The case, formerly known as Trump versus Slaughter, centers on President Donald Trump's decision to fire the Federal Trade Commission member Rebecca Kelly Slaughter earlier this year, a move made without stating any cause such as neglect of duty or maliciousness. This action directly challenges a nearly 90-year-old pillar of law, and a ruling in favor of the administration could fundamentally reshape the federal government. The core decision being exposed here is the attempt to dismantle a 1935 Supreme Court precedent, Humphrey's executive versus the United States. The landmark ruling established that Congress could create and insulate multi-member independent agencies like the FTC by limiting the president's power to remove commissioners only for cause. This protection was designated to keep agencies which regulate everything from consumer protection and business competition to the stock market, free from political whims of the White House. President Trump argued for a muscular view of the presidency known as the unitary executive theory, claims that the Constitution grants him the authority to remove any executive branch office at will. The stakes of the FTC and other agencies are astronomical. If the Supreme Court sides with the president and overturns the significantly weakness Humphrey's executive, it would mean that the president could fire the heads of any independent agency, including the Federal Reserve, the Federal Commission, and the Securities and Exchange Commission at any time for any reason. The supposed political independence of these critical watchdogs would vanish, replacing it with direct, unchecked control from the White House. The court has already signaled its position. While the legal challenges were proceeding, Justices issued an emergency order in September that allowed President Trump's firing of Slaughter to stand, effectively gutting the lower court's ruling and providing a strong indication of the conservative majority leaning in favor of the expanded presidential authority. Arguments are taking place in Washington, D.C. today, and a final decision on this crucial power struggle is expected by mid-2026. For Digital Deceptions, this isn't just a legal case, it's the most significant test of the separations of powers in a generation. We will continue to track this story as the Supreme Court determines whether the president is subject to the checks and balances designed by Congress or if he has total